Alright, watchers. Well, welcome. Oh, that's noisy. Welcome once again to a Let's Play put together by our team here. We are going to be playing an old game from, I believe it's copyrighted 1995. And if you're familiar with the Sid Meier's Civilization series at all, turn-based strategy, little god games, you build empires one turn at a time against, opposing AI and whatnot. They tend to have a historical bent, or pseudo-historical, I should say. It's based on history, but you're not actually reliving it, so to speak, because it's a computer game. Let's be honest here. But this is definitely one of the more interesting and I think complicated games in that series, if you will. I mean, they went off onto a tangent with Alpha Centauri, and then they've had, like, I think we're up to 6, I think it is, Civilization games. This came out early on, and instead of world history, so to speak, they specifically zero in on colonizing the New World, hence the name Colonization. That comes loaded a little bit, watchers, because it's very difficult to colonize the New World without, how do you say, making some of the same missteps that our forefathers did in not respecting property rights and atrocities and whatnot. But again, I'd like to remind you it's a computer game, and in the interests of everything we teach here with, over at the Happy Minecrafter about sustainability and being in harmony, we are going to keep that in mind as we play this game. So, yep, February of 1995. So back before the turn of the century, kids. So, let's go ahead and let's start playing. So we can start a game on a map based on America. I'm not really feeling that. Again, it's a little too sensitive, a little too close to home. I don't really want to go there. I'd rather this be fictional all the way across if we're going to be throwing it out into the internet. So let's create a new world. I have done this before. I'm going to go with moderate. So here we've got another set of choices. England. Think Puritans, think Pilgrims. They wanted to get the heck out of there because it was stifling. You really couldn't go against the Church of England, so if you had any other beliefs, it was not really a great place to be. And Europe in general wasn't awesome, but specifically England because of Puritans. There is a bit of a bias here. France, cooperation. They're not talking about cooperation with other countries, although I'm sure there's people out there who are like, ha, France, losing every war, of course they No, that's not what this is about. They're referring to the cooperation with the natives, with the Native Americans, because they did a good job of kind of being buddy-buddy and not coming in like a train wreck and up-throwing everything. They kind of slid in along the side and in fewer numbers, so they had to be in better harmony. I think Spain, conquest, speaks for itself. Everyone knows about the conquistadors and the reign of terror that started with Columbus and kept on trekking for hundreds of years. And the Netherlands, the Dutch East Indies Company, anybody, they were all about trade. They had the big stock market. I mean, that's how the tulip fiasco was able to happen. They were already a big trading company. So, I think we've rambled a little bit long enough as it is on this whole operation, watchers. So, I'm going to go with France, because I'm not interested in... I should rather say, let's keep this on a positive note. I'm interested in keeping up on what these guys are all about. I want to make this happen. So, I want to be in tune, and it seemed like the French had that down. No. Jacques Cartier. No, we're not doing that. Max 020, let's keep it accurate here. France. As latecomers to the New World, France established her first secure American colonies in Canada, along the St. Lawrence River, where the harsh northern climate proved more suitable to the fur trade than for large-scale agricultural endeavors. The French found the Great Lakes Indians to be ideal partners in the fur trade and formed long-term trading relationships with the Hurons, Algonquins, and other tribes. Though French forts, missions, and trading posts soon dotted the Great Lakes region, French settlements were generally small enough to operate in relative harmony with the local native population. Although this relationship was not entirely without incident, the French were often able to cooperate profitably with the natives. This cooperation occasionally extended to the military realm. Any of you watchers at home familiar with the French and Indian War? That's a thing. Go look it up on Wikipedia. To reflect the superior abilities of the French to cooperate with the native population, the French players' colonies and units cause alarm among the Indians at only half the rate of other European powers. Now see, alarm is a game concept that the bigger and more impactful your, colonies become, the more upset about it the native population is. And that can frequently bubble up into raiding parties or war and otherwise cause you problems. So it's ultimately in your best interest, players, or as players I should say, watchers, to make sure that you're living in harmony. Oh, look at this guy with the funny looking dog. I think he's a king. Yep, audience with the King of France. Year of our Lord 1492. An audience with the King of France. For the greater glory of France, we dub thee Viceroy of the New World. Go and explore this new land. Settle it and bring wealth and glory to yourself and our nation. I was going to do that anyway, but it's good to have the King's blessing. And we have a wonderful cutscene. In the year of our Lord 1492, an expedition led by the great conquistador, JD Max 020. I'm serious, Grand Theft Auto's got nothing on this 95 technology. Left La Rochelle on a voyage of discovery. And we're waiting, and we're waiting. Commissioned and blessed by the King of France. Well, thank goodness for that. To explore the ocean sea. Oh, you see that ship taking off now? To find uncharted lands. You can just picture William Shatner singing this, can't you? And to establish colonies for the greater glory of France. A ship loaded with pioneers and soldiers set sail to find a new life, a new beginning. A new world. Isn't that just fantastic, watchers? Isn't it just beautiful? Oop, fast forward to the end of our voyage, and I guess we should get started and explore and find this new world. Alright, watchers, so we're coming in. This rough area is the high seas. We're coming out of the sea lane into the local ocean, and kind of see it right there. Boom! Discovery of the new world. Alright, let's check it out. Land ho! What shall we call this new land, Your Excellency? New France is just not... I'm not really digging it. That doesn't seem very creative, now does it? let's that's right, I went there. Alright. Let's hop in here. See what kind of terrain we got. Broadleaf forest with some game. More broadleaf forest. What happens to broadleaf forest when we plow it? Becomes prairie, good for cotton if cleared. Okay, I'm kind of digging it. So broadleaf, there's a conifer. But it's important, watchers. One of the complicated pieces of this game is you need to manage your resources. And it's very... I don't think they introduced this concept to the Civilization series until 3? A little bit in 2, and Civ 2, but it wasn't until Civ 3 that it really started crippling your ability to play the game. Turn to grassland. Okay, I kind of dig this. This is looking good. But certain terrain lets you do certain things. You can grow certain things, you can harvest certain food. Let's make some landfall, see what that goody hut does. Nothing but rumors. Ooh, met the natives already. The Cherokee tribe welcomes you. We're a glorious nation of 18 villages. To celebrate our friendship, we generously offer you the land you now occupy as a gift. Will you accept our treaty and live with us in peace as brothers? Absolutely. That's very generous of them. The Cherokee welcome peace with our brothers the French. Let us smoke a peace pipe to celebrate our perpetual friendship. I dig it. We hope you will soon visit Cherokee villages to share knowledge with us, and that you will send your wagon trains to trade with us. Oh, we'll get to that, don't worry. So, that's good. That's good. Some more grassland. My big concern here is there's no ore. So, like, there's no hills, there's no mountains, we can't really get ore. And we need those in order to, well, you know, make tools and what have you. Not seeing a lot of that here, period. But it's a good spot. We can grow cotton, which lets us make trade goods out of like cloth trade goods. Tobacco would let us make, what's the word I'm looking for there? Cigars. Tobacco will sell well. And, yeah, what is that? Marsh. There we go. I think we're going to park right here because we have the game. We've got a couple of different terrain there that we can use to fortify. Oh, yellow I think is Spanish. That's fantastic. We're running into the others already. I think competition with the natives is trouble. Wait till you see the other Europeans. Anyhow, so grassland, that's good for tobacco. The plains, it's good for growing cotton. The grasslands, not grasslands. I don't even know what you'd call them. There's another set that's good for sugar, and each of those you can turn into manufactured goods, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear these bad boys right away. Oh, master blacksmiths, huh? That's cool. We'll send our ship back for them. Because that's going to be fun. So you got to be mindful of where we put these colonies, because if we don't put them in the right spot, they are going to get, yes, back to the Europe. We're going to run into trouble because we won't be able to get those resources without moving them with a ship or a wagon or something, and that can be kind of a hassle. Can't recruit anybody because we don't have any gold yet. So we're just gonna Sail back. "40 tools." Another interesting thing, you need tools in order to improve the land. And you use those tools up as you improve the land. So this guy started with 100 tools. After doing some clearing and some plowing, he's down to 40 tools. Not such a big deal. But it is finite resources you have to think about. You can't just run about the countryside willy-nilly. Just improving up the turf. Oh. There's a mountain. Let's, I want to clear something right now, or do I want to put, let's put a road out there. You are going to build Quebec. Look at that. This guy was crazy, whether it's supposed to be a coonskin cap, I don't know. He's got his shirt off, these guys are working a saw, they're like, yeah, we're not going to deal with that sunburn, don't you know. So that's cool. And alright, fur trapping. Fur trapping could be good. So we're making tobacco. We're making enough extra food for another settler. And making some fur. All in all, I think we're doing pretty good here. That's good. That's good for a nice little cash crop area. Alright, let's Alright, watchers, before we get into this, I think it's about time that we wrap it up for the day. I'll explain about the Continental Congress and why we want to take our time making this this decision. But for right now, I think you've seen enough for 1 week. You should know whether or not you want to continue this journey and explore the new world of Minecraft. It's a little meta, but it's alright. You'll either get it or you won't. And if you want to come on back and keep on exploring this brand new world, we'll see you next week. This episode made possible by Open Broadcaster Software, Sid Meier and Microprose, Windows Movie Maker, Windows Expressions Encoder, and by watchers like you.
Guess I can show you, with no running water, the fewer common surfaces that we touch, like doorknobs, just the better it is for everybody's health. Oh no!